Hello, good day. This is another video. This day we're talking about operations involving complex numbers. Number I. The number I is equals to square root of negative 1, and I squared is equivalent to negative 1. Imaginary number in the form a plus bi, where a and b are real numbers and b is not equal to 0. A is our real part and bi is our imaginary number. Always remember these powers of I to the power of 0 or is equals to 1. Any numbers that raise to 0, that is equivalent to 1. So I raised to the power of 1 is equals to I, and I raised to the power of 2 is equals to negative 1, and I raised to the power of 3 equals negative I, where I squared times I is equals to negative 1. The equivalent of I squared is negative 1, then times 2 I, then that is equal to negative I. Then I to the raised to the power of 4 is equals to 1. Then I raised to the power of 5 is equals to I. Example. Simplify I raised to the power of 27. The first step will be divide 27 by 4. So we have I raised to the power of 4 times 6, and then so 4 times 6 is equals to 24. So our remainder is 3. Since so 27 over 4 has a remainder of 3. So we have here I 27. I raised to the power of 27 is equals to I to the raised to the power of 3. That it would be left. So as what I have mentioned earlier, I raised to the power of 3, that is equivalent to negative I. So this is the answer, negative I. Therefore, negative I. Example of addition or subtraction complex number. Number 1, we have given 2 minus 4i times minus 4 minus 6i. All you have to do is just distribute here, and then first we have to copy this 4i, and then this operation subtraction, just times here, multiply. Then we have negative 4, and then negative times negative, so that would be positive 6i. And then after that, we just combine like terms. 2 minus 4 is equals to negative 2, and then 4i, negative 4i plus 6i is equal to 6 positive 2i. So this is our answer for this complex number. So we have negative 2 plus 2i. So negative 2 plus 2i, the real part here is negative 2. And then the imaginary number here is positive 2i. So second step, you just combine like terms. Therefore, the answer is negative 2 plus 2i. Example. Number 3. We have 4 plus 5i minus 2 plus 4i. So the first is copy this first quantity. So 4 plus 5i, and then we're going to multiply here this operation to here. So we have negative 2, so negative times positive 4i, so it would be negative 4i. And then just combine like terms. 4 minus 2. So we have 2 And then 5i minus 4i, so we have I. So this would be our answer. So this is the real part, and then this is the imaginary. The real part is positive 2 and the imaginary number is I. So the last one example of multiplication involving complex number. First, square root of negative 4 times square root of negative 5. First is we have to multiply it, this square root negative 4 by square root of negative 1. Then, so we have negative 1 times positive 4, then positive times positive negative 1 times positive square root negative 1 times square root of 5. So we have this negative 1 is equivalent to I. As what I have mentioned earlier, I is equivalent to square root of negative 1. So square root of negative 1 is I. So square root of 4, so 4 is a perfect square, so it times 2, the square root of 4 is 2, and then square root of negative 1 is I, and then copy square root of, since square root of 5 is have a perfect square, so just copy that, and then so I times I, we have I squared. So I squared times 2 is equal times 2 square root of 5. Then I squared, always remember that I raised to the power of 2 is equivalent to negative 1. So negative 1 times 2 is equal to negative 2. So negative 1 times 2 square root of 5, then the answer would be negative 2 square root of 5. So this is our answer, negative 2 square root of 5.